Well, the sun is just setting down. Then we had a storm cloud moving off. We just had a good downpour. My rain barrels were full. As you can see, the downspout still dripping, and that water is going down and into the pond. As you can see, it's overflowing full. And you can actually notice the difference here of how fast this compost on the lower side of the pond sinks down. And of course, anything I plant here will have to be really wet. These trees are just sprouting up like crazy. I might end up with poplar starts off it, which would be okay. They're very common here, and pardon me, the big thing about them is they grow very fast in this climate, so it provides you good biomass. And they're a good shade tree, as well as the roots on them are really, the roots they say are as big as at the top of the tree, which can be huge. So it provides a good root mass and protect the soil from erosion. Gooseberries are doing pretty good. As you can see, I've got a few little berries coming here. And hopefully I'll get enough this year to be able to make some wine or something. Potatoes are doing well. Banana potatoes here. The tomatoes I planted the other night are doing fairly well actually still. As you can see, this is the plant my wife planted, and it's flowering the second time. It's just beautiful. The Johnny Jump Ups are going crazy. As you can see, all their little flowers. The more flowers we have, the more the bees we have, the more bees. It's better for everybody. Trees are doing well here. As you can see, I've got a weed growing up right alongside my tree. I'm just gonna pick him out of there a little bit, and we'll just leave him right there to compost the soil. The lettuce patch is coming up quite well, as well as the spinach patch. I have a ton of spinach. I'm finally going to be able to start trying to sell some this year. And so if you're close by and you want some spinach or lettuce or some herbs or something, let me know. We'll try to arrange something. I'll also be selling seeds this year. As you can see here, the spaghetti squash is doing well. It's 4 plants growing up here. I've got some onions, which means we have a good mycelium layer here, which is very good. This is an uncompacted bed. It was started off as sheet mulch. There's some more spinach growing there. A few more spinach in there. There is a bean back in there. I'm not sure if he's going to survive and grow up or not. There's a couple planted. We'll see what grows. I was hoping to have beans growing up these lilacs here. The rhubarb I planted this year, I just thinned out my other rhubarb today and was able to fill 5 freezer bags full of rhubarb. The raspberries are down there beyond the spruce tree, and hopefully they'll grow up and give us a crop of raspberries here soon. As I was just saying, I got all that rhubarb here off this bush here. I was just thinning it out, which you have to do. So I have a wheelbarrow full of leaves and weeds that I had to get rid of. Peppers are doing well, as are the peonies. The bleeding hearts have kind of had their season. The tomatoes are flowering. Some of them are showing fruit already. I don't know if, there you go. And part of the reason I had to thin the rhubarb was because it was drowning out the tomatoes and the peppers. So, time to pick it. The cilantro is taking off like crazy. We have tons of cilantro. Like, we will be eating lots and freezing lots and maybe selling some. The apples are doing wonderfully. We just had a wonderful rain. My battery's about to die. So I think I'll call that it for this update today. And I hope you all have a wonderful night and you can get out and enjoy your gardens today. If you don't have a garden and want to start, remember how easy it is. Get some cardboard, mow your lawn, and start throwing it down. And next year you can have a garden bed there. If you want, you can put a border around it. You can make it as simple or as complex as you want. Remember, There is an answer. It can be solved in your garden. The answer is permaculture. We'll see how long my battery lasts here. I'm also refilling the garden at the moment, or refilling the garden. I'm refilling the water tank, which waters the garden. As you can see, my hose is beginning to wear out, and it's got a few holes in it now. But as I water, it sprinkles and waters the garden, so I'm not too worried about that. The other garden is doing well. I know it looks like an overrun weed patch, but everything that's in here was planted and is usable. And it was just broadcast planted over top of compost that was put down just to see what would come up. And I just weeded it out, not completely but partially, the other night. And as you can see, it's taking off well. I've got more plants and more spinach, and it's just incredible. This is coming along beautifully. I'm very happy. The sunflowers are coming up good along the edge here. As you can see, the clover patch is still doing well. I need to mow it down here soon and let it reflower. Some of the flowers are getting too old to use for tea now, so I'll use it for the biomass here in a couple days. When I mow it down, we'll get that compost pile full. Up along here, not much new. I planted more spinach. The spinach doesn't need, pardon me, the spinach does not need to fruit. And so, because you can just eat the greens, and that's what I'm growing this for, I will use these, what comes up here, for strictly for food. Some of the other spinach I'm leaving to go to seed to use just strictly for seed crops. The onions that I planted in here are all taking off. These are from starts that from a plant. I was given one plant 3 years ago, and by taking seeds off it, I have more onions now than I know what to do with. So like I've said before, I will be selling some. So you can see the mosquitoes are out enjoying the evening. Once again, this is Benny. I hope you have a great night. Thanks for watching.